Hey gang, what's going on? It's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com, and I've got my amazing hat on, and because of that, we're going on a road trip. I'm just a little bit south of Kamala Beach right now, and I got the GoPro mounted to the bike. I tried to do a live stream. The GoPro app is absolutely not working for me as far as live streaming, which really bums me out. I got to figure out a solution to that. I've uninstalled, I've reinstalled, I've read the groups, I've read online, I've read the forums, and everyone seems to have that problem. And you know, turn it off, turn it back on again, been there, done that. Reset the camera, reset the phone, amazing. Still not working. So disappointed, but nonetheless, I definitely wanted to just kind of like throw this on here. Right now I'm headed down to Karon and, or Karon, however you want to pronounce it, Karon and Kata. And I am kind of on that road that goes way around the mountains, or hills, let's just say. Basically southwest of Kamala. You can't really get west of Kamala, that would be the beach, but Kamala. But anyway, so I'm gonna start it up and let's go for a ride. Level. If not, it's as level as it's going to be for the ride, but this is really nice cruising up here. It's also nice actually going the other direction, so maybe if I remember correctly, I'll make sure that the camera's on my way back. I will say, I did notice from doing some footage yesterday that this bike, the PCX, it seems to be louder than the Click. And it's not, maybe it's not necessarily, you know, the difference in model. Maybe it's just this specific one and maybe it needs a new muffler, who knows, right? But the point is that I noticed that in my regular talking that is usually only necessary for the microphone to be able to pick up my voice and have it sort of overpower the wind noise. Even with the amazing wind noise filtration that the GoPro 9 does, thank you again GoPro for that. For some reason, I would encourage you to have the same software team that wrote the code that takes care of removing white noise or wind. Actually, you know what? Hold on, I'm going to stop because I haven't been. This was basically another sort of Mike's Beach that I saw the last time I was coming down here, and I didn't have the camera on because I didn't have my mount. So I want to show that to you guys again. So I'm going to make a U-turn here, and then we're gonna go right in. It's Hua Beach. There's a car behind me, so I'll let him pass. And then we'll go right into another, what I'm gonna refer to as Secret Beach. Todd and I compare secret beaches regularly. So this is Hua Beach. And it's not super easy to, I actually didn't even find it on the map, so I'm sure it's here though. Talk about a great place to eat lunch, right? You set yourself up a little blanket kind of thing and hang out with your buddy and have lunch and then get back to work. Good stuff. And of course, the minute I say hello, they smile like crazy with perfect white teeth. And another reason why Thailand. This is only a basically a single car width road, if that, in some of the places. Now, the last time I was down here, it was a little later in the afternoon. I think it was actually the first day that I showed up here, but the other thing that this camera I know is doing is removing all of these bumps from it. But if I figure if I talk as I'm driving, then you'll get an answer, or you get an idea of how bumpy this really is with the shakiness of my voice, maybe, I don't know. But the other thing is it's kind of like low tide. But this little restaurant off here to the right, let me take a left and then go right so you can see it. So there's that place right there. But it's, actually I'm gonna park my bike in the shade because I've got a black seat. I don't have the benefit of white seat like you do when you rent a motorbike in Koh Samui from my friend Balm. Backpack off and just leave it here, because I have the belief that no one will mess with it, and so far that belief has held true for everything I did. So this is like a fishing net that they're potentially like doing something with. I'm obviously not going to disturb it or destroy it, but I kind of want to walk down the end here on this wall and check it out. It looks kind of cool. It's funny, when I come to these beaches that are, you know, empty, right? I think to myself, okay, so yeah, it's empty and it's COVID, but this kind of beach looks like the kind of beach that would be, it would possibly be empty even if there wasn't COVID. And again, that fence at the top of the hill, right? I mean, it didn't look super in shape, and then it had like the red and white striped little things around it. So anyway, nice and quiet. Oh, a couple of people three people actually snorkeling out there. Never a bad habit, right? And as it turns out, I could even stop today. I could even stop now for the day, because as of right now, I've now met my quota of one new beach a day. It's cool, right? The difference in tides, because you get to see, of course, a different version of the bottom, a different version of other things. It's nice. That's a cute little, oh, they have soda too, actually. I would have preferred to have bought my Diet Coke there, actually, versus 7-Eleven, but I'm gonna be able to make it over this. Oof, oh, there we go. Oh yeah, big jump, very athletic. This is a nice little discovery, for sure. Oh, a butterfly just flew past me. I refer to that as good luck. Doesn't matter if it is or not, I just do. So therefore it works for me. A little bit of wind noise, and on a normal camera phone I would be concerned about it, but because this is the GoPro 9, I believe that all you're going to really hear is what I hear. So I'm going to walk around for a little bit and not talk, and allow you to take in the sights and sounds of Hua Beach on the west side of Phuket. This is like, it's like pristine sand, allowing me to ruin it with my Nikes. See, here's another reason why I want to rent a car, because I want to be able to, like, you know, have a place that I can like leave a lot more stuff and cruise around with it, right? Because right now I'm limited to the amount of pain that I'm willing to suffer from having my 5 to 10 kilo backpack, which includes my laptop and a whole bunch of other stuff, on my back as I ride around. Because the PCX, if you know what the PCX is, in comparison to the Click has that, you know, like walk-through space, right? And I just set my backpack right on there, and I don't have to worry about shoulder pain at all as I walk around, or rather as I drive around. But with the, oh, these are interesting little bugs. These are slippery little rocks with interesting little bugs. That's kind of funny. There's like these little, you know, bugs, and of course when I step here they all run away. But the funny thing is if those were all like cockroaches, and for all I know they are, but if those were all cockroaches, for some reason I would be like disgusted and I wouldn't want to be here. But the good news is they seem more afraid of me than I of them. I'm glad I have a GoPro so that the video quality is certainly better than a camera would be. Whoa, now I'm getting wet. Is that, I don't know if you can tell how literally perfectly clear that water is. But it is. And I like that. I like it a lot. The other thing that I was thinking about having a car is that I could put a beach chair in the back, and then I just, you know, I park the car, I grab the beach chair, I come down here, and I basically sit like here for hours, quite frankly. And you know, maybe Karon and Kata are not in the cards for today. I may have found something that arguably could just be referred to as, no, Mike, you know what, for the day, this is good enough. After only a 5-minute ride after having breakfast with Rob, so pretty nice. You know, one of the other things, it might be a touchy subject, but maybe not. I'll just throw it out there because, you know, I'm into like relationships and emotions and interactions with people and that sort of thing. The first thing let me say is that I'm honored that I got to meet Rob like 5 years ago, and I'm also honored to call him a friend. Not just an acquaintance, but a friend. So that's really cool. If you guys do in fact get a chance to come down to Kamala, and you know, you've got like 3 or 4 days to kind of jockey some schedules and stuff, I hope that you get the opportunity to sit down and chat with Rob. And you know, if you guys don't sort of mesh, that's understandable. I mean, not everybody likes everybody, but he's a really good guy, you know. So anyway, I mean, I think quite frankly, a lot of you guys that like watch my channel, you already know of him, and probably many of you know him, but it's just really good to be able to catch up with somebody that you kind of see eye to eye with, right? Like we're on the same page, as they say. And these guys are very interesting. I kind of wish it was like more, I don't know, like less gross, right, than all these bugs, but you know, it's kind of neat. Nature. Well, what I was going to say is one of the things that I'm really happy about is that, yeah, I live in Bangkok, but I also don't really live in one spot for a significant amount of time. Yeah, I live in Bangkok and I have a residence there, but, you know, I travel from there and go to all these places a lot. And it's not just here in Kamala, and it's not just here in Thailand. I experienced this in Mexico. I experienced this in other foreign countries that I went to and sort of lived in, you know, or like would go to regularly. And again, it was a foreign country and I had to get, you know, various things to be able to go there. Like I needed to get a visa for Mexico because I had property. And anyway, these expat communities, and I'm sure, and look, I know that this happens in every single community. Where I was in Coronado, people were getting into this too, but I really like the fact that I travel enough such that I don't get to be part of the local drama that some people seem to, many people I find will describe scenarios of relationships that they have with other people. Let's just talk about expats because those are the ones that I have interfaced with most commonly. And they will describe scenarios of a relationship that they have with someone, or, you know, usually someone else, not usually like something. Like they don't have this bad relationship like with Big C. They have this bad relationship with this guy like, you know, whatever his name is, Stevie Bob or whatever, because I'm not gonna, this isn't just like one specific person, but then they will describe this relationship that some part of it that they don't like, that they find, you know, uncomfortable, and then they will use the label of, oh my God, so much drama, right? But yet, you know, I would submit, at least what I've discovered from my life, I'm kind of in charge of who's around me. I mean, if I'm in the ER, the doctor that shows up to save my life, I'm not necessarily in charge of like that. But that's a different kind of relationship. Here, when you're on vacation / retired, even if you're like working here and moved here as an expat, I would argue that you are in charge of who you choose to spend any time with. And again, this is not just in Thailand. It's certainly not just in Kamala. These relationships of drama seem to just like filter into these people's lives. And I feel empathy for them. I have some, I guess, sympathy as well. But, well, I don't know if I have sympathy. But I do have empathy because they describe it as something they don't want in their life. But every time I hear a little bit of the scenario, more than like 5 or 6 seconds, meaning, oh my God, I just don't like that guy. It's like, oh, let me tell you why I don't like this guy. They seem to be kind of bringing it into their own lives. And again, I'm not speaking about Rob. I'm speaking about, you know, scenarios that Rob seems to just sort of be visible to, or has in his vision. And whether it was Rob here or not, I mean, I'm in places throughout Thailand where there are expat communities that I just seem to sort of, you know, get connected with, either briefly or, you know, maybe for a week or two or long term. And yeah, it's just not what I like to spend my retirement, basically, my vacation, my life doing. And I invite you to make a conscious decision to not bring that into your life, because I do not believe it adds value. For me. For you, whether consciously or you may even deny it, you may be in denial over this, but I don't believe it helps you. Sorry. I know it does not help me. When I see that, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna put up a boundary, or I'm gonna distance myself with that, or I'm gonna detach from that. And sometimes, you know, I'm forced to detach with a hatchet versus detach with love, right? But it's just like, yeah, no, I don't, I didn't come over here to do that for me. In fact, if I see that, I actually take more energy to get away from it, because it just seems such, I call those people hoovers. They just remove all the positive energy from you, in my experience. But anyway, who knows? Maybe I'm not open-minded enough. Maybe I don't have enough empathy. Maybe I don't have enough solution. Maybe I'm not solutions focused. But for me, I think it's one of the reasons why I like spending time so much with Gracie, spending so much time with Gracie. And I also really enjoy spending time by myself. I enjoy being alone like this and experiencing these things, you know, again, ideally with Gracie. She and I see eye to eye, as, you know, hopefully most romantic relationships have in it. I know for me, that's one of the reasons, of course, that keeps me coming back hour after hour after hour to the team for Team Mackie. But, you know, and that transitioned into love, and then, of course, additional respect, and then, of course, there was some degree of admiration and attraction to behaviors as well as physical beauty. I mean, the whole package, right? But, yeah, I see people getting into these scenarios, and I guess empathy is the best word, really, because there's so much beauty around us. It's like, dude, why don't you spend time here, or there, or way out there? I don't know. It just, well, again, who knows? Maybe I'm talking about it too much and I'm bringing too much energy into my life right now about it. So with that, I'll move on. I'm actually going to go get my bag, and I'm going to get my couple of drinks that I just bought over at 7-Eleven. And I'm just going to hang out here. I think I'm going to go back to my bug rocks and hang out over there. And I don't know, maybe I'll do a time-lapse thingy. I kind of like doing that now on my GoPro 9. Now that I know the buttons that work to be able to do that, I like doing it. I thought I knew all the buttons to be able to stream live with the GoPro 9, but clearly the software is, it's not on the same page as me. I have drama with my GoPro app. Anyway, so let me grab my stuff. I'll head back over there. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.